the thing in fighting, the hard part about in the combat sports world is once you start to make that kind of money and you want to say, well, it never changed me. It's impossible not to change. It's impossible to go from, where you were to where you are today financially. Floyd and I have known each other for a long time. And, when I first met Floyd, he lived in an apartment that Top Rank used to put a lot of their fighters in. Yeah. He lived in this apartment down on, I want to say it was off Flamingo. And, he just started to make some money. Yeah. So, I went over his house. He was showing me all the sweaters that he bought and all the things, Floyd's always been that guy. Yeah. He likes to shop and he likes to buy clothes. And, it started the minute he made his first.
UFC boss Dana White just hit the delete button on Floyd Money Mayweather's entire reputation. And the fallout is absolutely nuclear. In a brutal no-holds-barred interview that's currently breaking the internet, White didn't just poke the bear. He systematically ripped apart the flashy facade Floyd has spent decades building. Dana's bombshell? That all those heavy gold chains, the private jet selfies, and the literal mountains of cash Floyd flaunts on Instagram are just a clever smokescreen hiding a terrifying financial disaster. White highlighted Floyd's increasingly desperate claims about owning half of the American skyline and a growing pile of unpaid bills as undeniable proof that the so-called money man is actually suffocating on financial life support.
Do you think Floyd's definitely done?
No, I don't know if he's done. I mean, he could probably come back and he'll have a boxing match. I don't take away from what Floyd's accomplished in boxing, but he's stepping away.
Dana White isn't some random troll typing from his basement. He has the keys to the kingdom and knows exactly what Floyd banked from that massive Conor McGregor payday. But here's the real kicker. White publicly outed Floyd for having catastrophically reckless spending habits that make broke lottery winners look like financial geniuses. Dana went straight for the throat, saying any sane person would have secured their family's future for 10 generations with that kind of money. But Floyd's total lack of self-control is literally melting his empire. This guy lives like there's no such thing as tomorrow, throwing millions away on shiny, worthless trash, White remarked, wondering how anyone could be so financially suicidal without hitting rock bottom.
Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever.
What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
But Dana was just getting warmed up, not even close to finished. He drew a savage comparison between Mayweather and UFC warriors who've never even smelled a fraction of Floyd's boxing checks. White pointed out that these blue-collar fighters actually managed to build real, lasting wealth through smart moves, while Floyd was busy lighting his legacy on fire just to get some temporary likes on the gram. The finishing move? White challenged Floyd's billionaire title with a massive declaration. He's got the actual receipts, the legal paperwork, and the financial records proving that Mayweather's billionaire status is a total marketing fairy tale designed to keep the sponsors interested.
It's somebody you know well, somebody you have worked with, obviously, Floyd Mayweather. I have been dying to hear your perspective, your thoughts, what you actually think about this YouTuber fighting maybe the greatest boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, I understand these kids want to make some money and, they do what they got to do and say what they got to say to try to, get in there and make money.
Look, I'm not saying I've audited every single penny in Floyd's bank account, but let's stop the cap. This man is 100% not a billionaire. Period. End of story. White declared without a hint of hesitation. He argued that there's zero excuse for such insanely irresponsible behavior when your net worth is being eaten alive by overpriced jewelry that loses half its value the second you leave the store, and toys that depreciate faster than ice in a desert. White even laughed off a previous interview where Floyd claimed he was banking $300 million every single month. Dana called it a pure fantasy that only the most gullible people alive would believe, adding that luxury boutiques globally are now publicly calling Floyd out for massive unpaid tabs.
Diaz apparently wants $20 million to fight next. Is he going to see $20 million?
That's my boy.
Yeah.
Hey, I know.
The internet absolutely exploded in support of Dana's brutal takedown. One comment that went mega viral labeled Mayweather as the ultimate casino gambler, who only posts his wins on social media while desperately hiding his crushing losses in the dark where nobody can see them. This fan argued that Floyd has never shown real respect for the value of money, suggesting his comeback fights aren't about boxing passion, they're desperate, emergency cash injections to keep his crumbling empire from a total blackout. Even Floyd's former best friend turned archenemy, 50 Cent, has spent years publicly shouting warnings about Mayweather's catastrophic financial mismanagement and his terrible decision-making.
That was able to capitalize on his fame, his personality, and everything else out.
A third internet observer went completely savage, mocking Floyd's actual intelligence. This guy literally struggles to read a children's book out loud, so there's no way he understands a complex financial balance sheet, the commenter roasted. They claimed that as long as Floyd can buy a new flashy toy for Instagram, he doesn't care that he's actively incinerating his entire financial future in real time. Meanwhile, financial experts chimed in with a more analytical view. Even if Floyd owns high-value assets on paper, almost none of it is liquid cash. If he really put $300 million into real estate, that money is locked away, leaving him cash poor, while trying to fund a billionaire lifestyle that costs millions a month.
And, you know, when a guy like Floyd Mayweather starts putting it on you, it's not even going to be a fight. It's going to be ridiculous.
The mask really started to slip when Mayweather tried to flex his tax payments on social media, which turned into an instant disaster. He posted a photo of an $18 million check supposedly written to the IRS, but the flex backfired within hours. Internet detectives and forensic accountants immediately pointed out that the check looked completely fake, lacking basic banking routing numbers and security features. Others argued that even if it were real, posting it was textbook narcissism and a desperate cry for attention. This embarrassing moment happened right as reports surfaced that he dropped $1.1 million on Super Bowl tickets just to prove he still had the financial firepower to bring a literal busload of guests.
Fighting may be the greatest boxer of all time, Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, I understand these kids want to make some money, and, you know, they do what they got to do and say what they got to say to try to, you know, get in there and make money. This is going to be such a one-sided, ridiculous ass whooping. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be.
Mayweather, who physically cannot stay silent when he's being criticized, fired back through World Boxing News with his own side of the story. He claimed he was offered completely free VIP Super Bowl access, but arrogantly turned it down because he refused to show up alone. Instead, he demanded the status of bringing a massive entourage to show who's boss. "I don't bow to anyone and I never beg for handouts," Floyd snapped defensively. He insisted that by paying the $1.1 million tab himself, he kept his position as the boss who calls the shots. He claimed he felt blessed to bring 34 people to the Vegas Super Bowl, even though his favorite team, the Detroit Lions, had just lost.
This craft Irish whiskey, and I think he has a beard now. He goes from wearing sandals to have mink slippers. He goes from living in very meager house to living in an ivory tower. And he hadn't fought. I'm looking at it we last fought in January 2020. What do you expect when he steps back into the ring?
He's at a place in his life and in his career that, you know.
To double down on his "I'm rich" narrative, Floyd bragged that handing over $18 million to Uncle Sam was just a light, quarterly payment. He challenged people to imagine what his taxes looked like when he was in his prime. He boldly claimed that since retiring in 2015, he's made well over $500 million from exhibition matches and investments like his Girl Collection nightclub in Vegas. He adamantly insisted that any rumors about him being broke were just jealous lies from haters, but the shadow of 50 Cent's repeated warnings about serious IRS tax issues continues to hang over his head like a dark cloud.
Canelo is still the man.
Yes.
You know?
He's been for a long, long time.
And he jumps in there and he does it and he goes to work, and it's hard to stay at that level for a very long time. And Canelo's another guy. I mean, what's this guy clipping? 40 mil a fight?
Easy.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Not including what he's making outside of the ring. So,
while some people ignore 50 Cent's comments as just celebrity beef, the reality of the Mayweather financial circus is getting weirder and more concerning every day. Forbes once estimated his worth at $700 million, mostly from the $200 million he made in the Pacquiao fight. So the million-dollar question is, how could that much money just vanish into thin air? While his McGregor fight was a smart business move, his sudden announcement of a New Year's Eve exhibition in Japan against a 20-year-old kickboxer named Tenshin Nasukawa left the entire boxing world scratching their heads in total confusion.
Also make this different houses. So as you guys can see, this is one of my closets. You know, we got bags, we got stuff everywhere. We got this ladder right here where you can take, you know, just got stuff everywhere. So, you know, you wanna go red bottoms.
50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, took his unfiltered thoughts to Instagram, mocking the Japan fight as a clear sign of financial emergency mode. Boxing fans on X, Twitter, joined in, saying Floyd only takes these weird exhibition fights when his bank account hits zero. Everyone expected a huge rematch with Manny Pacquiao, but instead, Floyd chose a confusing rule-less fight in Tokyo that made no sense. To make things worse, Floyd showed up to the Tokyo press conference looking disheveled and, most shockingly, completely without his core TMT promotional team, which immediately started rumors that his inner circle is falling apart and leaving him.
That you guys want to do, whatever you want to do, all from the bottom all the way to the top. So, like any kind of bag and everything you can name.
The scene in Tokyo was actually haunting for fans who followed Floyd's career from the start. Usually, Floyd is surrounded by Mayweather Promotions and Showtime Sports branding. This time, just a basic TMT logo on a wall. He wasn't his usual loud, bragging self, and he didn't even mention the size of his paycheck for the fight, something he always does. This led people to believe he's going rogue out of financial necessity rather than a plan. As one viral tweet put it, a man who spends $18 million on a single watch is a man who is addicted to fast cash and the rush of spending money he doesn't have.
Showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings.
The whole story is shifting. Floyd's finances might actually be a house of cards ready to fall. His recent erratic behavior looks more like financial desperation than legacy building. When you're losing millions on gambling, jewelry, and a massive entourage, even a $300 million payday can disappear faster than you can blink. Something feels deeply off about his recent moves. Is he really the business genius he says he is? Or is the IRS finally closing the door on the Money Mayweather era? Only time, and 50 Cent's savage Instagram posts, will reveal what's actually going on behind the scenes.
It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it, fine. Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. You know what I'm doing?
The legal walls are also closing in fast. Floyd is currently facing serious lawsuits over unpaid debts and breach of contract, with some people accusing him of fraudulent business dealings and lying about his money. Court documents have surfaced suggesting that even his chief of staff might be involved in illicit financial operations alongside him. For 20 years, Floyd was the gold standard for boxing wealth: jets, yachts, and shopping sprees. But these lawsuits suggest the fountain of money might be running dry. The image of the untouchable billionaire is starting to look very human and very vulnerable.
IBF champion Billy Dib, WBA champion Celestino Calabero. You know, so we brought them over. I brought them over while Floyd was, still incarcerated. Yeah. Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 change being bought and buying a new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo,
All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments.
The feud with 50 Cent exploded after Floyd went on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon to brag about his real estate. Floyd claimed, "I don't even know the count anymore, but I own about 100 buildings, mostly in New York City." He wanted the world to think he was a real estate mogul like the biggest developers in the world, but the boast didn't sound right to anyone who actually knows how the New York real estate market works. It sounded like another tall tale from a man desperate to be seen as the wealthiest person in the room.
give me the money.
Because you're already invested.
Right, like when you give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail. Right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants?
50 Cent immediately jumped on Instagram to humiliate Floyd. Champ is the richest special education student in the world, 50 joked, implying Floyd didn't even understand what he was saying. 50 Cent warned that if Floyd actually did own those buildings, he just admitted to a massive tax bill that would bankrupt him. Somebody tell Champ he just admitted he's a New York resident. The taxman is coming for 58% of everything. 50 Cent even posted a photo of Floyd as Pinocchio, calling his real estate claims total cap and a blatant lie for the cameras.
It looked like a friendship that was going to last a lifetime. What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
Well, he changed his mind.
Now, what do you mean he changed his mind?
Like, as he was actually going in to jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather promotion.
Right.
Then as he actually got in, I took a look. I realized there is no Mayweather promotions. There's no LLC. There's no seals.
There is no way on earth he owns 100 buildings in New York. We should slap the hell out of you for lying like that, 50 Cent wrote in his viral post. This wasn't just gossip anymore. Respected journalist Rick Glazer weighed in, saying his financial sources confirm Mayweather's cash flow situation is under extreme pressure. Despite these warnings from credible people, Floyd keeps posting videos of supercars and diamond watches, looking like he's addicted to the money image and can't let it go, even if it means losing everything he worked for.
Into a fight or a shoving match before?
Yeah.
Who won that?
I won every time.
Every time? How many times you got down?
No.
Every time.
No, we had twice. We got into it.
Like a real altercation?
Yeah, like one was with the...
Did he put that shoulder back on you? Because I'm thinking
Nah. It was more like out of reflex, so like...
The final blow came in March 2025, when Business Insider did a deep dive investigation into NYC property records. Their finding? Absolutely zero. No property transfers, no deeds, nothing tied to Floyd or his LLCs. The NYC Housing Partnership also confirmed they had no record of any such deals. While Floyd lives large on social media, the lack of paperwork suggests he's in boiling hot water. Is the money myth finally dead? Even boxer Amir Khan has criticized Floyd for choosing conflict and controversy just to stay in the news and keep the checks coming in.